All right, so today's lesson is on solving multi-step equations with variables on both sides. So I'm going to draw a river and we're going to talk about a plan. I think it is easier if you always move the variable terms that are on the right side over to the left. So I'm going to start by subtracting 5x from both sides. When I subtract 5x from both sides, I end up with negative 3x plus 6 equals negative 9. Now I need to move all the constants to the right, so I need to move this positive 6 over to the opposite side. Remember, when we move things across the equal sign, this is kind of the hint. Opposite side, opposite operation. All right, so the opposite of positive 6 is negative 6. So I have negative 3x equals, same sign, add and keep, negative 9 and negative 6 equal negative 15. I'm going to divide both sides by the number attached to the variable, which is negative 3. And I find out that x equals a negative divided by a negative is a positive. X equals 5. All right, let's look at example number 2. For example number 2, I am actually going to eliminate the fractions first. So I'm going to multiply, let's see, what is a number that 2 and 3 both go into? 6. I'm going to multiply every single term by the number 6. 6 times 1/2 is 3, so that leaves me with 3x. 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. 2/3 of 6, or 2/3 times 6, is 4x, and 1 times 6 is 6. Now I've eliminated the fractions. I'm going to move my variable term to the left and my constant term to the right. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. 3 minus 4 is negative 1x. Minus 24 equals 6. The opposite operation of negative 24 is plus 24. So negative 1x equals 6 plus 24 is 30. Grab out your magic opposite wand. The opposite of negative x is a positive x. The opposite of 30 is negative 30. All right, let's look at example number 3. So I'm going to distribute first 3/4 x times 4x and 3/4 times negative 12. Well, 3 times 4 is 12, divided by 4 is 3x. 3/4, 3 times negative 12 is negative 36, divided by 4 is 9, equals, distribute 3x minus 6. All right, let's see what happens. When I move this over here, subtract 3x, subtract 3x, I end up with negative 9 equals negative 6. When does negative 9 equal negative 6? That never happens. That means this has no solution. All right? If you remember from previous lessons, we learned a couple of things. So we know that an equation like 2x plus 1 equals 5. When I subtract 1 from both sides, 2x equals 4. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 2. This is one solution. This equation has exactly one solution. That means that there's only one value that x can be that would make this equation true. Another example could be something like 2 times x minus 1 equals 2x minus 2. When I distribute 2x minus 2 equals 2x minus 2, you'll notice that both sides of the equation are exactly the same. Same on both sides. And I mean like exactly the same. That means that there are infinitely many solutions. Infinitely many. That means that any value of x would make this equation true. And the last example, which is one that we just did, like 2 times x plus 2 equals 1/2 of 4x minus 8. Well, when I distribute, that becomes 2x plus 4 equals half of 4x is 2x minus 4. Do you have the exact same values on both sides? No. And you notice that when you subtract 2x from both sides, you get that 4 equals negative 4. And that's never going to happen. So that means no solution. So when you look at your homework today, you have 8 questions. Some of them have exactly one solution. So you'll end up with x equals some number. Some of them have infinitely many. And so you will end up with x equals x. Any numbers possible. And then some of them will have no solution. You'll end up with an untrue statement, like 2 equals negative 4, and that is not true. So I'm going to give you a hint. For your homework today, 2 of them should result in infinitely many solutions, and 2 of them should result in no solution. Alrighty, good luck.